So, what's the simple trick of just getting some really nice pickled onions, like the ones that saved my ass competing on Food Network? Let's take a look. Alright, so before we even get to the pickling aspect of it, let's actually talk about how to cut an onion. How to julienne it, to be specific. So, julienne is basically when you cut it into the little strips, and everybody has their own little way to do it, so I'm not saying this is the perfect or the right way to do it, but this is the way that I do it. Cut off the top. Normally I would leave the actual root end on if I was dicing it. However, I'm not dicing it, I'm julienning it, so I'm not as worried about holding it completely together. So I'm gonna get rid of the root end. Now I have top and bottom off, which actually makes it easier to peel as well, because when I'm peeling, now I can just go ahead and remove this outer layer and everything's all good. Now one of the hangups I see people having is they, for some reason, always want to cut it this way, where they're cutting where they can actually see. So what's happening when you do this is you're leaving yourself with some bigger pieces and some smaller pieces. They're not going to cook the same, they're not going to pickle the same. So what our aim is to try to have as many pieces in a relatively similar size, which is why we turn it 90 degrees and we have the ends facing top and bottom of the cutting board. And we cut it this way. What we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves a better chance of having more uniform julienne slices. Now, in doing so, also, if we were to just start slicing right here, as you can see, this isn't really going to be a slice, it's going to be an end. So what I can do at the end is I'll curve it in a bit, and I'll cut a couple slices, and as I start slicing up, I'll start to straighten out my knife. When I get halfway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the onion. Now, I start the same way again, curve it a bit, come right in here, and finish cutting that onion. So, one more time. I'm not going to cut at the ends, not uniform pieces. I cut it to the side and use my fingers as a claw to hold the knife away and lets me guide it as well. Now I have my julienne slices. Toss these all into a bowl for now, and we will deal with the actual pickling liquid. Now, of course, the important part, the pickling liquid. All our main intention is going to be here is to make sure that we have enough liquid to cover the onions in the bowl to sit at room temperature. So we're just going to do a combination. I'm just going to use a combination right now of rice vinegar and also some datu puti, which is the Filipino white vinegar. If you know, you know. And again, I'm just going to kind of eyeball enough to be able to cover the onions. And to that, I'm going to add a little bit of sugar and a nice pinch of salt. How much, Reno? How much? Of course, everybody wants me to figure it out for them and do this for them. However, it's not up to me. I'm gonna leave that to you. I don't know how acidic you're gonna want it. I don't know how sweet you're gonna want it. I don't know how salty you're gonna want it. So you're gonna have to play around with this one. But just know you want enough liquid to cover the onions, and you're gonna add some sugar and you're gonna add some salt. Literally all you do. Now, we just wait for it to come to a boil. All right, so we've come to a boil. We're gonna go ahead and cut the heat, head back to the onions. So, now that our pickling liquid has come to a boil and it's dissolved all the salt and the sugar, we're just going to go ahead and pour this into the onions here. And again, the only thing we care about is that we have enough to cover the onions. And although many probably want me to complicate this, I'm going to tell you what, that's it. We're just going to leave that like it is. All right, and after about 45 minutes to an hour of tossing and turning to make sure they're all submerged, they've become this amazing color. They've taken on all that flavor of the pickling liquid. And honestly, you can do these with whatever. You can do these with carrots, daikon, cauliflower, green beans, but at this moment they are ready to be used on salads, sandwiches, grilled meats, all by themselves. Whatever the heck you want. Don't forget to play with your food, because you know I do.